Hey everyone. So this week's Retrovember, I'm going to be talking about Graveyard Dude for the NES. This is a modern retro video game, made for retro hardware. I really enjoyed it. It's a great game and I do want to talk about it, but I do want to give a little bit of a warning before the video starts. A trigger warning. This video does touch on the subject of suicide, and if that's something that will negatively affect you and you don't want to watch the video, bail now, because I do talk about suicide. Graveyard Dude is a modern NES game created by Rani and published by Mega Cat Studios. I knew nothing about it or about its creator when I discovered some gameplay footage of the game on YouTube. After some very minor sleuthing, I found it was available physically from Mega Cat Studios, a publisher of modern retro games that I've purchased from many times in the past. I bought it, and it was delivered about 2 weeks ago. I tried it out on a Friday night, which, I guess I should come clean about my typical Friday nights. See, I'm married, and I have a daughter. These are well-established facts on this channel, so my Friday nights are generally spent at home with my family. But after my wife goes to bed, and she does go to bed considerably earlier than I do, I stay up and play video games. And some Friday nights, because I can actually sleep in on Saturday morning, I might partake in something while playing that will enhance the experience. So I get myself in this mental state of euphoria, and I play video games. And honestly, it's some of the most fun I have in a given week. This doesn't happen every Friday night, mind you, but it does happen. And it happened the night I started playing Graveyard Dude for the NES. And oh man, was that a spectacular evening. So what kind of game is Graveyard Dude? Well, it's a puzzle game, pure and simple. Your objective in any given level is to achieve some goal that's spelled out at the top of the screen, and then make your way to the exit. The goal might be collect a certain number of skulls, bury a certain number of caskets, find keys to unlock gates, etc., etc. While the goals are simple and straightforward, accomplishing them isn't always that easy. There's some real brain twisters in there. Often the puzzles require you to start from the end and work backwards. Like, there might be a level with ice on the ground which you slide uncontrollably on, and you can see the exit, but you need to figure out what order of sliding and bumping into objects will allow you to actually reach the exit. Or there might be a level with holes on the ground that can be filled with caskets, and you can't get to the exit without making a path by burying the caskets, but there aren't enough caskets to fit all the holes, and you have to strategically plan which caskets to bury and which to ignore to be able to carve a path to the exit. The game uses some pretty simple gameplay mechanics to build up some pretty mind-bending and devious puzzles. In short, it's a great puzzle game. Had it come out in the 80s when the NES was new, I have little doubt that it would have been considered a classic. I played the game for a few hours and beat it in a single sitting. It was a complete and utter blast, and the substance I was on only enhanced the experience. Seriously, I came away from finishing this game filled with joy from the experience. The next day, I decided I wanted to include this game in Retrovember, so I started researching more about the game ahead of writing this script. The first thing I wanted to know ahead of writing the script was who was the creator of this game that had just given me so much joy. Well, her name is Rani Baker, and she often went by Rani Timekey in the games she created. And she worked on quite a few games. Looking at her YouTube channel, there's a bunch of videos of game projects in various stages of completeness. There's simply a ton of creative thinking being displayed in these videos. And man, did a lot of them make me want to play more of her work. Rani was a trans woman, and she was very prolific in her creations, writing for Cracked, The Modern Vogue, and other places. She made a bunch of NES ROMs, some homebrew, others hacks of existing ROMs. Unfortunately, Rani committed suicide in the fall of 2023. I started this script for the same reasons I usually do. I had a video game that I had enjoyed, and I just wanted to tell everyone about it. That's the reason I have this channel. Not because I'm trying to sell anything, I'm not really trying to promote myself, or even show off my collection. I'm just someone who really loves video games. And I love talking about the games that I love. And Graveyard Dude is a game that I love. It's amazing and so much fun. But learning of Rani's passing, speculating what she must have been going through, and then realizing that she'll never make another game, it changed the tone of this script. It didn't feel right to do my normal silly shtick, have my silly musical montage opening, or any of that. What did feel right was to try and tell everyone watching this video that Graveyard Dude is an awesome game. And Rani Timekey Baker was a talented creative, and that the world is a darker place with her not in it. Physical copies of Graveyard Dude for the NES can be purchased from Megacat Studios, and the profits from the game go directly towards supporting Rani's family and honoring her legacy and passion. It's a great game, and I recommend it very highly. Thank you, Rani, for giving me a great game.